Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a spoiler alert for you. I love Apple. I'm starting a new segment here on my site where I talk about different things that I love, and I thought, what better place to start than with Apple? It's been Apple all day for me over the last few days, as of course we've had the new iPhone and the new Apple Watch and OS X released, and this is a very exciting time of year because you want to get those devices. So I wanted to talk about why I love Apple, and the funny thing is that the products isn't even the main reason. But let's start with the products. I think the iPhone is the best smartphone out there. I mean, truth be told, is whether you love iPhone or you love Android, they all essentially do the same thing. They just get to the finish line in a different way. But I love the iPhone because it's just simple and it just works. And I love the fact that I can take pictures with my iPhone, and then I can have people over and have a slideshow through the Apple TV. And I love the fact that I can just stream things with my iPad. I love the simplicity of it all. So I really, really enjoy the products. And from a consumer standpoint, they're not difficult to learn, they're not difficult to use. And Apple support is fantastic. Now, another thing that I love about Apple is just that, their support, especially their post-sale support. So I bought the new phone and the new watch on Friday. I got an email from Apple on Saturday saying, congratulations on your purchases. Let's set up some time so you can set them up and you can make sure that you're using them properly. So after they got my money, they took the time to reach out to me to set up some time with me to go over how to use the products. And to take it a step further, at all of the Apple stores, they host different workshops, different free workshops where you can go in and you can learn how to use the iPad, the iPhone, the watch. They can show you different apps for staying fit. They can show you how to use the computer, all sorts of different things. One of the things that I've always said is that people use the phone probably to about 30% of its capabilities. Well, these workshops give you the opportunity of going in and finding out all the other different things that you can do. Now, when I talk about the fact that I love Apple, here is the interesting thing. Regardless of whether I'm going to an Apple store in Ottawa, or in Toronto, or in Calgary, or in Vancouver, or in Florida, New York, wherever, the service level that you get is consistent. Now, when I say I love these three companies, it's because regardless of what location you go to, you are getting consistent service. You might have great service in one location with a certain company, but perhaps not as great at another location. With Apple, it's seamless. Regardless of where you go, you're getting great service. So let's talk about their product launches. First of all, when they announce a new product, it's an event. People stand up and pay attention to what they have to say because their product launches are second to none. They've made an event of it. And if you've ever heard Johnny Ive, who was their chief design engineer, this guy next to Morgan Freeman is probably the best narrator we've got going, because the way he just talks about something, even though it's something that's really simplistic, it's just like you're drawn in. It's like, okay, Johnny, you just keep on talking because it sounds so cool. But he backs everything up, and Apple backs everything up with their fantastic products. So I love the products, I love the support, especially the post-sale support. But another thing I love about Apple is the culture. So I've had the opportunity of going to many workshops and being around the Apple Store many a time. And I think it's fantastic when you see the way they talk with each other. I have come across people who've worked in other environments who might have been a little stiff, but then they're like totally chill and relax in Apple, and I think that's nice to see. I love the fact that they gather every day and they do a huddle, and it isn't always about driving sales, but it's about getting to know each other. Because they understand that when you have a strong team, your team that works together is going to perform better together. And I think more companies can adopt that type of mentality. Now, I want to share with you a video that I shot just before going in to the Apple Store at Yorkdale Mall in Toronto, just before the launch of the new iPhones. Check this out.
All right, all right.
have a lineup of people outside getting ready to come into your store, and they've lined up and they're applauding and they're high-fiving you, and there's all this energy. And the cool thing about it is, it isn't a matter of you going in and you give the money and they say get lost. It's, okay, now you've got this device. Do you want to take some time so we can help you set it up now? They do not shortchange you on service. So again, any company can sell you good products, but it's the post-sale support that I really appreciate. Think about when you've purchased a big ticket item, whether it be a big screen TV or an appliance or a car or a trip. How often is it that somebody reaches out to you after the sale is made and they inquire in regards to how you're liking it or how the experience was? Apple does that, and that's why I'm a huge fan. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd also like to hear about some of your great customer service experiences. Because, as you know, customer service is very important to me, so I'd love to hear what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. I appreciate you taking the time to check this out. And until next time, take care.